A staggering 44 Chinese vessels were recently halted in the contested South China Sea region. The atmosphere is tense, as the United States and the Philippines jointly took this audacious step to counter China's territorial assertions. It's worth noting that these ships were allegedly en route from participating in military drills, adding further fuel to the already volatile situation. Lately, the South China Sea has once more captured headlines as a result of a collaborative military exercise between the United States and the Philippines. This maneuver resulted in the halting of 44 Chinese vessels attempting to re-enter the contentious waters. The strained standoff between these global superpowers underscores the persistent struggles in the area, leading many to ponder the eventual outcome of the South China Sea disagreement. As the Chinese vessels returned to the contentious waters, American and Filipino troops swiftly coordinated their efforts to track and observe the ships. This notable demonstration of strength clearly conveyed that both countries are opposing what they believe to be China's assertive territorial ambitions. Conversely, the Chinese government has rapidly justified its actions, arguing that its involvement in the region is valid and maintaining its claim to sovereignty over the disputed zones. What factors contribute to the intense atmosphere in the South China Sea? The answer lies in a complicated network of intersecting territorial disputes involving China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, which have persisted for many years. The contested waters are abundant in valuable resources like fish, oil, and gas, making them a greatly desired possession. Additionally, the region's militarization by the competing nations, such as the building of man-made islands and military facilities, has only heightened the sense of urgency and deepened mistrust among them. As nations jostle for control in this strategically vital region, it's no surprise that tensions can escalate quickly. The interception of the Chinese ships is just the latest in a long line of incidents that have ratcheted up tensions between the claimant countries, and it remains to be seen whether this event will act as a catalyst for further confrontations or a wake-up call to pursue diplomatic solutions more aggressively. The South China Sea, a strategically vital waterway, holds paramount importance for global trade and security. Stretching over 3.5 million square kilometers, it serves as a crucial maritime crossroad, connecting the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Home to bustling shipping lanes, the South China Sea sees an astonishing $3.37 trillion worth of trade passing through its waters each year, accounting for nearly one-third of global maritime commerce. With such a significant volume of trade at stake, it's easy to see why this region has captured the world's attention. The South China Sea has importance that reaches further than simply commerce and natural reserves. It has also evolved into a significant security issue for the surrounding area. Numerous countries are vying for dominance over the contested regions, heightening the risk of armed clashes. The growing deployment of naval assets, along with the development of artificial islands and military installations, only exacerbates concerns regarding possible skirmishes that could disrupt the tranquility and steadiness of the region. Recently, the United States has taken a proactive role in the South China Sea conflict, demonstrating its commitment to preserving navigational freedom and regional stability. The U.S. fully understands the importance of the South China Sea, not only due to its abundant natural resources, but also because it hosts several crucial global shipping lanes. These maritime routes facilitate trillions of dollars in international commerce, rendering the South China Sea an area of utmost strategic significance for the United States. The United States has been collaborating intimately with nearby partners like the Philippines, Japan, and Australia in order to tackle the changing landscape within the South China Sea. Through combined military drills, enhanced exchange of intelligence, and initiatives focused on developing the abilities of regional allies, these collaborations have proved fruitful. Consequently, the U.S. and its partners are now better equipped to manage any possible intensification of tensions in the area. In the South China Sea, the United States has persistently championed an order founded on international regulations, promoting peaceful resolution of conflicts among countries with territorial claims. The U.S. has backed the 2016 ruling from the Permanent Court of Arbitration, which dismissed China's extensive territorial assertions in the region and called on all involved nations to honor the verdict. For a long time, the United States has expressed its worries about the ongoing conflict in the South China Sea. Despite not having any official ownership over the territory, the U.S. has important investments at risk. These investments are centered around three key areas: preserving the freedom of travel through the seas, maintaining stability in the region, and standing by its allies who are based in the area. To begin with, let's discuss the concept of freedom of navigation. The South China Sea serves as a crucial artery for worldwide commerce, as each year it facilitates the transit of goods valued at multiple trillions of dollars. The United States firmly believes in maintaining open and free access to these waters for all nations, in accordance with international law. As a show of commitment, the U.S. regularly conducts freedom of navigation operations in the region, challenging excessive maritime claims and demonstrating the right to freely sail through international waters. Focusing on the matter of regional stability, the United States is acutely conscious of the risk that the existing dispute might intensify into a broader confrontation, potentially endangering peace and stability throughout the Asia-Pacific region. In order to tackle this issue, the U.S. has advocated for a harmonious settlement of disagreements and compliance with international law, especially the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Furthermore, they have highlighted the necessity for a legally binding code of conduct between China and ASEAN member states to manage interactions within the South China Sea. Let's explore the United States' alliances in this region. The U.S. places great importance on sustaining solid connections with its allies, such as the Philippines, Japan, and Australia. These strategic relationships are essential for maintaining a strong U.S. presence in the area and fortifying American clout across the Asia-Pacific. By extending both military and diplomatic aid to its partners, the U.S. participates in joint training exercises and advocates for them in international settings. At the same time, smaller countries in the region, such as Vietnam and the Philippines, have sought to balance their relations with both China and the United States, recognizing the importance of economic ties with their giant neighbor while also valuing the security assurances provided by the U.S. The recent interception of 44 Chinese ships by the U.S. and the Philippines is a testament to the vitality of these partnerships and their commitment to upholding regional stability. As we look ahead, the South China Sea dispute presents two contrasting possibilities for future developments: escalation of tensions or progress towards resolution. Let's dive into what these scenarios could mean for the region and the world. On one hand, the potential for further military confrontations looms large. With the increasing presence of naval vessels and military bases in the region, the risk of accidental clashes or miscommunications leading to conflict remains a pressing concern. A single spark could ignite a larger confrontation, drawing in not just the claimant countries, but also their global allies. In this scenario, the South China Sea would become a hotspot for geopolitical rivalries and military tensions, significantly impacting regional stability and global security. On the flip side, diplomatic negotiations and agreements could pave the way towards a peaceful resolution of the dispute. The ongoing ASEAN and China Code of Conduct negotiations, for instance, could potentially result in a legally binding framework to manage maritime conduct and prevent conflicts. Establishing such a code would demonstrate the willingness of countries involved to prioritize regional stability and cooperation over aggressive posturing. Additionally, international forums and dialogue could foster better understanding and trust among claimant countries, promoting a more constructive approach to resolving their territorial disputes. The implications of these potential future developments stretch beyond the South China Sea itself. With vital shipping lanes and global trade at stake, any disruption in this region could reverberate throughout the world economy. Moreover, the outcome of the South China Sea dispute will inevitably influence international relations and alliances. Will it lead to further polarization and an intensification of rivalries? Or will it showcase the power of diplomacy and multilateral cooperation in addressing complex global challenges? In the end, the conflict in the South China Sea is a high-risk endeavor with significant ramifications. Keeping an eye on the unfolding events in this pivotal area, we must not forget that a tranquil and secure South China Sea benefits all stakeholders and the global community as a whole. The solution lies in promoting diplomacy, cultivating international collaboration and upholding the principles of law, so that this essential region continues to serve as a nexus for international commerce and partnership, rather than becoming a catalyst for strife. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any content from us.